Hello friends, in this video we are going to see Newton's law of viscosity. First of all, we are going to see the statement given by Newton's. As per Newton's law of viscosity, it states that the shear stress, that is your tau, on a fluid element layer is directly proportional. Look at this, directly proportional to the rate of shear strain. So shear strain is written as d theta by dt. d theta by dt. The constant of proportionality is called as coefficient of viscosity. So tau is directly proportional to d theta by dt. So if you remove the sign of proportionality, you'll get mu. So that is why we can write this equation tau is equal to mu into du by dy. So tau is your shear stress and the unit is Pascal. Mu is your coefficient of dynamic viscosity and du by dy is your velocity gradient, as you can see here, velocity gradient du by dy. Then tau is equal to mu into d theta by dt. We can also write this equation tau is equal to mu into d theta by dt, because we already seen this equation that d theta by dt can also be written equal to du by dy. In the previous slide we have seen the derivation for this. So from this definitely we can write the first two equations. And what is d theta by dt? It is rate of shear strain. Very important, this is a gate question. What is the other name of rate of shear strain? Velocity gradient, or we can also say rate of shear deformation. This is your gate question, please remember. So just remember the three different names for your d theta by dt. That is one, you can also say velocity gradient, also equal to rate of shear strain and rate of shear deformation. Going to the last line, you can see the definition of Newtonian fluids and non-Newtonian fluids. Fluids which obey the above relation, that is Newton's law of viscosity, are known as Newtonian fluids. And the fluids which do not obey the above relation are called as non-Newtonian fluids. So the relation here is definitely that shear stress is proportional to rate of shear strain. Then those fluids coming under category of Newtonian fluids. If the same relation is not followed by any fluid, then it is called as non-Newtonian fluids. Let's go to the next slide and see the examples of Newtonian and non-Newtonian fluids. First of all, we are going to see the example of Newtonian fluids. All gases and most liquids, that is coming under fluids, which have simpler molecular formula and low molecular weight, such as water. Water is H2O. What is the molecular weight of water? You know that 1 into 2 plus 16 oxygen, that is total 18. So lower molecular weight. So all gases or liquids which have simpler molecular formula, molecular weight, are coming under category of Newtonian fluids. So examples are water, benzene, ethyl alcohol, carbon tetrachloride, hexane. And most solutions of simple molecules, very important one is simple molecules having lower molecular weight, coming under category of Newtonian fluids. Let's go to next slide and see the examples of non-Newtonian fluids. So here you can see examples of non-Newtonian fluids, and here definitely it is a complex mixture. Generally non-Newtonian fluids, you can see here, non-Newtonian fluids are complex mixture such as slurries, pastes, gels, and some polymer solutions. These all coming under category of non-Newtonian fluids. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So here you can see a graph, that is your shear stress versus your velocity gradient du by dy. So on the y-axis we are having shear stress, that is your tau, you can say tau, and velocity gradient, that is your du by dy on the x-axis. So Newtonian fluid, when the shear stress is directly proportional to velocity gradient, or rate of shear deformation, you are having a straight line, correct? A straight line. Look at this. This one is your Newtonian fluid. For non-Newtonian fluid, so this is not a straight line because it may not directly vary. So it is a curve here, and like this you are getting the curve for the non-Newtonian fluids. Okay. Now let's see the ideal fluid. Ideal fluid means the shear stress tau value is 0. When you say ideal fluid, the shear stress the tau is 0. You can see here. Yeah. So in case of ideal fluid, you can see ideal fluid, because on the x-axis, what is the value of shear stress? Tau is equal to 0. That means for all the ideal fluid, your shear stress is 0. Very important information as per the graph you can see. So I hope you have understood your ideal fluid, Newtonian fluid, and non-Newtonian fluid. Look at this ideal plastics, the fourth one. In the ideal plastic, we are having some set of, you can say, residual stress already present here, correct? So this is the characteristic feature of the plastic fluid. There will be some residual shear stress when you are having the value of velocity gradient equal to 0. Then also you are having some value of shear stress. And ideal solid, what is the understanding about the ideal solid here in case of shear stress versus velocity gradient curve? In case of ideal solid, the value of velocity gradient, right? The velocity gradient is 0. du by dy is 0. There's no relative motion. That means when you go in the y direction, the change in velocity is 0. So velocity gradient is 0 in case of ideal solid. So when you talk about ideal solid, what is the equation I can write? The value of du by dy, velocity gradient is 0. Correct? Thank you.